Okay, so we are going to take advantage of another kind of cloudy day. Thunderstorm scheduled for this afternoon. So we've had a lot of cloud cover, full sun, cloud cover. But it's the perfect time to straighten out the patio porch garden. So these are where all our raised beds are on this patio porch. And we have had spring. So all of our spring plants have been in here, like peas and lettuce and radishes and carrots. It's time to pull the carrots, so we're going to do that. It's time to gather our turnip seeds, and it's time to gather the radish seeds because we're going to need those for next year or even this fall. So we're going to do that today. We are going to go just clean up. We're going to get rid of the sweet pea plants. We're going to clip those. Anything that we need to pull out of here today, kohlrabi, Swiss chard, any old lettuce that's there. If we can't use it, it's going to go into the compost, and then we're going to amend. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to amend the soil while it's here, and we are going to plant string beans. So I like to plant legumes after I've kind of done a heavy planting of radishes and carrots and things that are going to take a lot of nutrients out of the soil because they are raised beds. So you kind of have to put it back in there. It's not like it's going to come from anywhere else. So we're going to do that today. Got kind of a busy morning. We are prepping. The reason I'm putting green beans is I'm prepping for the summer crops that can handle the heat that's going to happen on this patio because it is concrete. It does get full, some of the areas here get full sun the majority of the day, and so I have to think about that and account for that. We went ahead and put our shades up. But it's just planning ahead, knowing what I can do at the end of June, July, and August, anticipating really end of July and August are our hottest months. And so it's just planning ahead for those. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Okay, so I have one plant that's just not quite ready yet. I'm going to leave it, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to take these. I'm going to put them inside just in case it starts to sprinkle and rain. And I will show you how we are going to gather those in a little bit.
Small carrot. Hey, I'll find you when you
Whoa,
sleep.
that one's nice.
And I'll eat you at the dawn. Yum, 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 yum.
Oh, that's a good little song. Did you hear that song or did you? Oh, that one didn't make it. He's running. He's running. He's got 3 legs.
He got a booty. He got a booty. Ooh.
Oh.
Big carrot. That's in there. Oh, look. You're a baby.
Baby.
I don't remember my song. Can I pick this one?
Yeah, I think that one's gonna be big.
Oh,
Oh, so fat.
thick. Thick.
Alright, so these are actually different types of carrots.
Oh, no. She wasn't ready. I think he's going to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll pick you and I'll pick you again until I eat you. I'm trying to remember what it's all about. I remember. Yeah, we'll find them eventually. Probably not at dawn.
That one's a good one too. Let's see.
I thought he was going to
Who was that? See, so you can see That's about how big they got, yeah. And you can see where this one is crooked, and that's where it would have hit the bottom. So it would have started doing that. Two different types of carrots. Now that we gathered the carrots and they're gone, we're gonna go ahead and get these white radish seed pods. They still need to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and I can fill them in there. They are pretty full. So we're gonna go ahead and clip those. You can even see, here's one of the radishes still. Look at the root system on that. Crazy. I'm gonna clip the rest of them. I like to leave that stuff in there. Fill with some organic matter. Don't need it anyway. You don't want to eat the radishes after they've seeded. They are going to be extremely bitter. We're going to put in compost. Okay. The radish seeds have bigger pods, so they're a lot easier to gather. You see all that? We'll go ahead and we'll clip these stems off. We'll put them in the compost. None of this lettuce is any good anymore. These are actually just the second growth, or probably third or fourth growth. By the time we gathered it, they're just coming from the roots of the plant. Those will all go into the compost. The only thing I don't want to cut are the green beans that were already put in here. So I like to succession plant. So this will be the first crop, then we'll do, and then this is the second crop. So this is bigger, have a second one here, and then this will be our third. Go ahead and get my bucket. Okay, so dandelion roots, or dandelions, they tend to end up in the corner of these raised beds, which makes perfect sense. That's got the least nutrition. I'm probably missing those areas when I'm amending or putting things, but we are wanting to keep this root, so these tap roots. That's what I'm after, this dandelion. So I don't want to just rip it out and throw it away, because I want to use that and put it in my home apothecary. Oh yeah, you feel it. They have a super long tap root because they're trying to dig. If it was in the ground, it's trying to dig for all of that nitrogen and bring it up. Look at that. So that's a great root. That's exactly why I left it in here, is we used the leaves, and now that it's ready to go, we're going to dry and use the root. Same thing here. Interesting. Can't really figure out where it's at. Down in there. These beds are actually a lot deeper than people think they are. There we go. Okay. Another long root. Perfect. Put that soil back in there. The rest of this, put it in the compost. This to the side. Okay, so we have got some peat moss and some blood meal. We have not been able to find our vermiculite that we like to use also in these beds, and it just helps with aeration. It helps to loosen the soil a little bit. It's pretty compacted with those carrots being in here and that lettuce. So I'm just kind of refreshing it a little bit. Because like I said, with these raised beds, a little different than down there in the cottage garden where I am no till, okay? So every year I'm just adding to it and adding to it, adding compost, adding good soil, adding those amendments that's needed. And up here, you kind of can't do that, but it still does break down. You can tell, like, in the start of spring or in the fall, I'll layer it on top and it'll be all the way to the top, but it does just break down, which is great. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be doing. There's lots of life in here. There's lots of roots. There's lots of bugs, which is a good thing. If you don't have bugs in your soil, then your soil's not healthy. So we're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna kind of mix all that in. And another thing to be aware of in your raised beds is storms and rain. It can also compact. So after a whole spring of storms, it's just, you know, it's nice to kind of loosen it up a little bit. You want that airflow. You want the roots to be able to get in there really well. I will add some worm castings when I actually plant my bigger crops in here. I'm not going to do it with my green beans. So chalk. That would be a kiddo. Over. Yeah, that's just leaves. There's my corner. Right. Move on to the next. Okay, got these washed up. Then we'll also wash these. Not all of these will be great, but some of them will be. Little tender baby leaves. Storm last night, a little dirty. Okay, we'll soak them. Put these in my basket. All that's just going to be compost. Compost. That'll be good. Okay, so we have got a mini cucumber here. So that's going to help free up some space for it, give it some nice sunshine. And this is a black-eyed pea, so it's going to go that way. That allows me to come in, find any of the weeds that have gotten left in here, pull those. We have 2 successions of green beans, green beans, green beans. Now we'll do more green beans here. We have got crest seeds right here that are ready to pull and to gather. So we're going to do that as well. We're going to clean up the rest of this bed. Okay, now time for the crescent. Even, oh, there's some turnip. Probably wondering why I have turnip greens in these raised beds. Well, we live in the middle of the woods, and as you can imagine, we have got deer, and deer love greens. And so if we put turnip greens out and make rows and rows of them like you see, then we would not be able to fight the deer off. So it's easier for me to plant them up here, and a more likelihood of me actually seeing something from it. Okay, so this bed is pretty clean besides the supports I had for the seeds, and so that's going to take a quick work through, and then we'll go to this bed. So we have a lot of red radish seeds, but they are just not ready. They bloomed a lot later than the white. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's not happy with me. He's messing up his job. So we are going to leave those, because I really do want those. The kids really like them. So those are going to stay. We're going to pull up the lettuce and the sweet peas. Oh, we already have a little cucumber. Now the question is, what do I do with these beefsteak plants? And I really don't need them in here with this Brussels sprout, because they will get gigantic. They will get as tall as that tomato cage. So I am going to try to carefully uproot them and plant them somewhere else. But what I am going to do is plant this purple basil that we grew from seed. They are everywhere around here. And so I'm going to put it right there. It's going to take the place of the beefsteak plant. So I have had these green bean seeds soaking, and now I'm going to go plant them everywhere possible. right, so it is all pretty cleaned up right now. Everything, just waiting on things to start growing, start popping. Need to blow off the porch. Got dirt on here from getting everything out, but it's going to storm this afternoon. And it's gonna help some of those seeds, gonna help these plants grow. I'm a major lover. So it's gonna storm tonight. It's gonna help everything just pop. Nothing beats rainwater. Love, love, love rainwater. It's like the best thing ever. I can't wait to get this barrel completely full. Hopefully that'll happen. It's almost there. So, it'd be nice to see these beds start to pop.